Hey guys. There's a previous episode where I talk about this new book that's out called The Blue Ocean Shift. It's been a really interesting book. It takes kind of the Blue Ocean strategy book and it's its sequel and kind of goes through kind of maybe turning it into more kind of actionable exercises to do with your team. There's this exercise in it that I'll talk about in this episode of the vlog. Again, I just recommend getting the book. It's going to do a better job explaining it than just me doing it. But just to kind of give you a taste of what's going on in that book, there was something, there's like a gap analysis kind of exercise they do. It basically is a grid of kind of studying the 6 different kind of things that a customer does kind of on a journey of using your product, as well as like these levers of an aspect of that part of the journey that the customer is going through. I think in the book they talk about a customer journey in, say, for someone buying a French fry fryer. In that case, you know, they're gonna purchase the fryer. There's kind of a delivery, right? Like if you buy something, you know, if you buy a couch, there's going to be a whole delivery process. If you're going to buy a fryer, there's a delivery process, an installation. There's the use of the fryer. There's the extra materials you need to buy for the fryer, things like extra oil, a maintenance of the fryer. You've got to constantly clean it. And then at the end, you have to kind of dispose of things, right? Like maybe in a fryer's lifetime, you're going to have to dispose of things like oil. So those are like 6 different kind of aspects of owning a French fry fryer or a fryer. So there's kind of like avenues that can be improved or customers are going to have trouble with. Now the levers that people are kind of expecting during those parts of the journey are, they want their productivity improved, they want simplicity, they want convenience, you know, in a lot of these aspects, customers want to know, like, they're gonna get their product, it's gonna be available when they want it and where they want it. Risk reduction, you know, a lot of people buy products or get into these things because they wanna know that their risks are being eliminated that they currently have. People buy things and get into products because they want to have fun or they want their image to be improved. And then there's a final thing, which was like environmental friendliness. So, you know, if you're back to the French fry fryer, if you're going to be disposing of oil, a lot of people are going to want to make sure, like, well, we need to do the right thing for the environment. I'm not going to repeat the whole exercise that they did with the French fry people. You got to get the book for this. But I can show you what we did for it. Lynette and I sat down and we did this exercise for kind of a SaaS company, for Highrise, for CRM. The different steps of their journey are things like purchase, onboarding, the use of Highrise, instead of the oil and the materials that you need to support your fryer, I think it's add-ons. People expect to have a marketplace of things that you can add on to something like a CRM to integrate it with their mail systems, etc. Instead of cleaning out oil, I think there's like a process or definitely a cleaning of your CRM, right? I know there's people who their sole job is to kind of clean out duplicate contacts, bad data, get on people to add things that are missing. Not that much different from cleaning a fryer out. And then instead of disposing of oil, that disposal period, there is definitely a quitting stage. I think a lot of people, you know, they get into something and there's a lifetime, right? You know, people can't always stick with your product forever. They're gonna maybe move on, their business shuts down, but they wanna know that their data, what happens to their data at the end. So there's this whole quitting phase in a CRM that is part of a customer's journey. And then the levers, I think are kind of get tweaked a little bit. I think productivity, simplicity, convenience, risk reduction, fun and image, those are all the same. But in terms of environmental friendliness, no one is probably looking at whether or not Highrise is the most environmentally friendly for their purchase, like they are with, like, well, what am I going to do with all this oil? So, and maybe it's the public good, you know, like maybe people want to know, you know, hey, are you guys good people? You know, do you run your company in a way that, you know, does society good, or are you a bunch of assholes? We did this exercise and, you know, so Lynette and I kind of, you know, made this grid. It's 6 by 6, so 36 different squares. And the goal of this is basically to find out, like, problems customers have and where the industry is focused. And if there are places where the industry is not focused and there's problems that customers have, those are clearly gaps that you could improve. So here are the pain points. The pain points are the things that we did first. The pain points are we'll mark with an X in our grid. They're things that we're like, well, not just for us, but just in the industry as a whole. If a customer comes to kind of purchase a CRM, Where do they have pain? I think they have a lot of pain in onboarding. Onboarding isn't very simple. I mean, there's usually a lot of education, a lot of things you kind of have to learn and process, you have to figure out to use a tool. So I think people are worried about that. It's big pain. Onboarding's not fun. Nobody enjoys this process. So I think that's a big pain point. Using CRM software, I think almost everything of using a CRM tool is people worry about it as being a pain. Are they going to be productive using it? Or are they going to waste more time than it's worth? Is it simple to use and figure out? Is it convenient? You know, like, is this thing, what's the uptime? Is it going to be available on my phone? I think people are really worried, like, well, if I can use it on my desktop, is it going to work when I'm visiting a customer? Risk reduction. Is this thing going to get hacked? That's a very valid worry people have. Fun and image. Am I going to have fun using this tool, or is it going to be a big bore? I think a big pain point a lot of people have for, say, CRM tools and all SaaS tools is like add-ons. If I get into this, is there a marketplace of things that I can, you know, pick to integrate this tool with all the other stuff I use, like single sign-on and other systems? I think convenience, you know, in the add-on marketplace, are there, you know, enough things that are available when I want it, where I want it? Cleaning. I mean, I think everybody's worried, you know, like most people are worried about a lot of aspects of taking care of the tool that they purchase and cleaning it up. Are they going to lose a lot of time? Are they going to be unproductive? Is it simple enough to figure out how to maintain this thing? Is it convenient? Is it fun? Probably not. And then quitting. There's a lot of pain in quitting most tools. Are you going to be productive when you quit? Or is it going to be a big pain in the ass to quit, and now you have to do something with the data? Is it simple to quit, or do you have to kind of go through hoops to close out? You know, do you have to like notify someone 2 months before you quit? And then I think risk reduction, like what happens to your data? So those are all the pain points, maybe too many, right? Because I think compared to like the exercise they did in the book, I don't know, they identified like a few pain points, whereas like we identified what here, like 12, 15 different pain points. You could say that the industry touches on all of these things, right? But the whole goal is like, you know, what are the core things that the industry as a generalization is focusing on? And we just put circles for industry focus on those three things. Everybody's trying to focus on like simple stuff. I think that the industry does spend a lot of time focusing on like, you know, let's make this thing simple as possible. Our education is simple. We've got a big learning center. Productivity, who doesn't? What CRM tool isn't focused on like, well, we want our people to get in there and they're gonna, you know, close more deals. And like, that's a big focus already in the industry. Add-ons, you know, the Salesforces and everybody else, I mean, they're obsessed with like providing APIs and getting a lot of people kind of in their marketplace. Then the rest of these pain points are potential opportunities. I'm not gonna, you know, go through all of these opportunities, but fun and image I thought came up in two categories, like onboarding and using it. I don't know, I don't really get the impression that enough companies in our industry are focused on making learning how to use the tool fun, or the fact that you use a tool like very fun. Maybe there's some interesting gaps there for us to kind of flesh out some more. I mean, we do a little bit of things to try to encourage people like, hey, you just closed a deal. We kind of make the style of that more fun, but not enough, right? Not enough with like fun in mind. Have we made CRM fun enough? I don't know. That's an interesting avenue to explore. We explored making onboarding fun enough. Maybe onboarding should be more like a game, not just a bunch of lessons and a knowledge center to read a bunch of stuff. Maybe you should be completing quests and challenges and like, hey, celebrate some milestones. Like, man, you just added your 100th contact. Congratulations. That was the exercise we did. It's interesting thinking through that. I recommend picking up the book. I recommend doing there's this and other exercises, but I just wanted to kind of show you how we did one of them, because we definitely had to tailor it to a software business. I hope that helps a lot. And I hope you dig these videos. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Just please subscribe, it's free, and I upload a new video every single day. A lot of them are useful, some of them are funny, some of them are even sad, but it's how I get through life too, and I hope you subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye everybody.